Does Lilo and Stitch have a deep, philosophical, secret message? I just saw the new live-action film, and there's a lot to talk about. And there is something deeply philosophical about the movie. When you think about it, you realize that there's at least one very important way in which the live-action film rejects and revises the message of the original. And I think it's a good thing. Let me explain. I'm a professional philosopher, this is my cat, and we like to use the tools of philosophy to help us understand things on a deeper level. And there's a surprisingly deep message in this new live-action film. So what does the live-action film reject about the first? What was the first about? Well, I think we can all agree it was about chosen family. The animated film suggests that anyone can be family, and I love that. After all, by the end, not only is Stitch part of the family, but so is Jumba, the scientist who created him. But you might notice that Jumba isn't made family this time, not in the same way. Not in the live-action film. And it's kind of sad, but it's also a very smart rewrite. It's even necessary, considering the theme of the new one. Sacrifice. Look at how often sacrifice happens in this film. Nani gives up being a child for Lilo, gives up being a successful college student for Lilo, and then gives up Lilo for Lilo. And think about the costs involved with that. To give up so much to be a surrogate parent, and then giving up being a surrogate parent, all for the child's best interest. What would Nani have been left with after that sacrifice? There's a lot of other sacrifice, like I think Cobra, metaphorically at least, gives up being CIA to help Stitch stay with his family. It's filled with sacrifice, while the original is filled with family. I think the live-action film actually is a rejection of the original sole emphasis on family, or Ohana, because the term Ohana itself really does mean family regardless of blood relation, and it's a beautiful idea. But the live-action film, Nani undermines the Ohana concept, telling Lilo that it isn't reality, that they got left behind. And that part of the live-action film hurts. It's just painful to realize that these two young people lost their family in a very real and painful way. Family isn't easy. It comes at costs, and it can come with the pain of loss. So how does family survive all of this loss? Kuliana. The live-action film introduces a new word from Hawaii that revolutionizes Lilo and Stitch. Kuliana means responsibility, privilege, concern, and the right to care for one another and the land. It's not just accountability, it's the privilege of accountability. So when Nani tells Lilo that Lilo is her kuleana, she isn't just telling her that she's accountable for her. She means that it is her privilege to be responsible for her. But responsibility is easy to figure out. It means the ability to respond. We see a good we can do or a harm we can prevent, and we have the ability to do something about it. So we respond. Period. Regardless if anything is owed. Well, kuleana makes it even deeper. Not only should we do those goods for others and the world and the land, we are privileged to get to do so. It isn't just a sacrifice we can make or even a sacrifice we should make. It's a sacrifice we are privileged to make. The live-action remake makes it so clear, and that clarity is through Jumba failing to become family. After all, to understand who and who can't be family, we need both surprising examples of who becomes family, like Stitch and Pleakley, but also someone who fails this time around, like Jumba. Now think about when Jumba is at his most confused. He doesn't understand why Stitch would try to protect Lilo. From his perspective, it's an error. So his conclusion is that to fix Stitch, he needs to remove Stitch's capacity to feel love. And thus the film provides us with a very clear yet nuanced notion of family and love. What did love make Stitch willing to do? It made him willing to endanger himself, give himself up for Lilo, sacrifice. To love is to make sacrifices. Jumba fails to understand this, so he fails to become family. By the end of the film, we see Lilo, who has been through most of the movie too young to understand the sacrifices made for family. We see her grow up a bit and tell Nani to go to college. In doing that, Lilo makes her own sacrifice. She takes on the parental role and even says it's what Mama and Papa would have wanted. And that's what parents do. They make sacrifices. Our blood parents may not, but our true parents have the kuleana, or privilege, of making those sacrifices for their family. In this way, the film does more than the first, and I love the first. But where the first tells us that anyone can be family, which is true, the second reminds us that choosing to be family isn't just a matter of words or blood or paperwork. It's taking on the cost of being family and being willing to sacrifice what you want or even yourself for them. That's clearly what Stitch does for Lilo. Sacrifices his life so she doesn't drown. So I think this film is going to take some heat for numerous reasons, but the main reason is because we don't like being called out. But we should feel called out by this movie. As children seeing the original, we thought being family was easy, but here we're reminded that being family could mean losing your home, giving up your dreams, exile, or even your life. And I think that the live-action film is a gentle reminder of our own humanity and the problems that come with it. We're reminded by the Grand Councilwoman that Earth is a backwater mess of a mosquito farm. We are here on this planet together, but we aren't family. Because being a race or having shared blood isn't enough. It's a matter of choice and being willing to make sacrifices for each other. And until we're willing to do that, the family of humanity and beyond will always just be out of our reach. So I love what this new film does. It teaches us something new. Ohana and Kuliana together are such a brilliant concept. Ohana reminds us that family isn't just blood, and Kuliana reminds us that it is a privilege to serve that family. A family that can include anyone who is willing to make sacrifices for us, and reminds us that we need to make sacrifices for them too. For all of our family, the land, the animals, all life, including aliens like Stitch. And I hope someday, Jumba too. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel. Did I miss something about the film? Please pop it in the comments. I love to chat with you all. You can find me and more philosophical takes on TV and media, and even politics here on YouTube, on Blue Sky, and wherever you get your podcasts at Philosophy All Along. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day.